I wasn't sure what to say about this. I just thought it was mildly amusing. John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh go to the Oval Office. First opportunity for John Harbaugh to be available to reporters. He was asked a question about his visit to the current president and former president, who, when he was president before, said some pretty nasty things about Baltimore. And I think it's a fair question for John Harbaugh to get his thoughts on visiting someone who had some denigrating comments about the city that Harbaugh's football team represents. Especially since the stadium in which Harbaugh's football team plays was subsidized in part by taxpayer dollars. You're going to see a man who previously said some horrible things about Baltimore. I think it's fair to ask him that question. That's what press conferences are for. And a credentialed reporter asked a fair question. You went to visit someone who has denigrated Baltimore in the past. Care to comment? Harbaugh didn't like it. He didn't like the framing of the question. Why would you frame the question that way? Because it's a fair question, John. You may not like having to answer it. You may not like being backed into a corner and having to justify the potential hypocrisy of going to kiss the ring of a man who crapped on the city your team represents, and you've been the head coach of that team since 2000 and so long I can't remember whether it was 7 or 8. I think it's 8, maybe it's 7. Long ass time. At least as long, maybe longer. No. Tomlin got there in 2007 in Pittsburgh. Was it the same year or the next year? Either way, it's a long time. Longer than my relaxed and aging brain is capable of remembering. So it's a fair question. It's a fair question. So, and he said all the stuff that made it come off like he's a first grader on a school field trip. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Why don't you ask me about how awesome it was? I'm sorry, but Chris Farley's dead. Today's reporters try to ask real questions. And it takes courage. It's another example of how there's so much fear in media and life today. We don't want to ask tough questions because you never know when the person you're asking the tough question is going to take issue with your framing or call it a nasty question or say you're a horrible reporter. It's all part of this effort to make people afraid. Everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of reprisal. Everyone is afraid of embarrassment. Everyone is afraid of turning the tables. Can't say anything back. Oh, no. Oh, no. They'll come after my network. They'll come after my company. They'll come after my whatever. Sad state of affairs. And I don't know. I'm probably going to get an angry phone call from somebody about what I just said, but I'm not afraid. And I wish other people felt that way. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.